U narednim minutima govorit ćemo o programima koje nudi investicioni okvir za Zapadni Balkan i sa mnom će biti Lazare Ait Amoktar. So at the beginning of this conversation, let's say something more about this program, about the opportunities it offers, and what can you say to all of us here about this program?
Sure. Hi everyone. I will talk about basically the platform that we have. WBIF is the Western Balkan Investment Framework. So basically we have the member states, we have the donors, we have the beneficiaries. We do have also the partner countries in the Balkans. And basically we have different programs. We are covering public sector and private sector. I will talk more about the private sector today. So we are financing SMEs in different areas. For example, on innovation, startups. You do have a lot of startups in Serbia. We are financing also agriculture sector with farmers as well. And we try to target, let's say, the population where there is a struggle to access to finance. So our priority is to bridge the gap. So try to help with guarantees, for instance, with EU grants, to incentivize let's say the development banks, EBRD, European investment banks, to incentivize the local banks to support, let's say, the private sector in general in Serbia.
Let's precise, who is eligible to apply? The individuals, companies?
So in general, we do have, like, let's say, thematic programs.
Okay.
For example, I give you an example. We launched recently a program on digital. For example, if you're a company which is investing in digital, in your website, in technologies, like product management processes, then you can reach out to the local banks which are developing this digital program in Belgrade, in Serbia in general. Then you can be eligible, because I know that this question comes up a lot of time about eligibility. You know, I'm an SME, I don't know, I am eligible or not. So you do have like different thematics. If it's covered your business model and you have like expenses to do, then we could support with, let's say, loans with local banks here in Serbia.
I suppose there are some requirements we should have before we apply, so tell us something more about them.
I will not go into many details, but I can tell you like few ones. I don't know, for instance, we do have like initiative in Serbia, it's on renewable energy, for example. It's a Green for Growth Fund. So basically, we are helping companies to in their area to let's say to reduce their energy footprint. And basically, you have a winery in Serbia. You want to install a solar panel. Then you would be eligible for the program. So it's this type of investment that we are trying to let's say to finance. The same, I don't know, Nicola mentioned this example for the farmers with the tractor. So this type of investment we do finance it through our programs.
Is the procedure complicated or it's very easy to apply?
So basically, when we start to launch the program, we're trying to build a launching event to boost the initiative in the region, for example in Serbia. And what I can advise for the businesses here, we do have a WBIF stand upstairs. We can, let's say, you can ask many questions as you want about eligibility criteria, who to reach out. I suppose here you can reach out to the Chamber of Commerce. You can reach out to the European Investment Bank, EBRD, which are implementing the program, but we do also work with the local banks. For example, I can give you a few names, Intesa, UniCredit, OTP. So we are working with a huge number of banks here which are developing our programs. So you can, like, let's say, knock on different doors to try it out if your program can be eligible and can be financed.
Yeah, okay. What are the amounts that we can count on if we want to apply, for example, for solar panels?
Yeah. I would say on average, usually it's not big loans, it's small loans, let's say, that we do finance. I would say from 20 to 50 to maybe 100,000 euros that we do finance.
And what are the potential beneficiaries?
So basically, the potential beneficiary is the company that we are trying to target in our program, because when I mentioned this innovation program, we are trying to list eligibility criteria to target this type of companies. For example, you're a startup in Serbia, you won an innovation prize, you can be eligible. If you're a startup, you invest in research and development expenses, then you can be eligible. So we're trying to catch, let's say, to have broad eligibility criteria to attract the type of, let's say, company that we want to have in the program.
What would you advise to some companies that would like to apply, or some individuals? What would be your first advice? What to do?
Good question. I think it's important to believe first in your project, then you would be convincing, you know. But I think that there is a gap of information here in Serbia, but in all the Balkans. I think it's important to reach out to as much as possible people. Even, use many as opportunity as possible. These events, reach out to Chamber of Commerce, reach out to IFI, reach out to maybe the authority as well here in Serbia. So as many as possible. And then you can maybe, I would say, maybe there is a program which is existing for your company and you are eligible and you might not know.
So can we say something more about the time we need from the beginning, from applying to realization? In months?
I cannot give you like a precise time. What I can tell you is that if you find a local bank which is, like, say, having your program and you're eligible, I presume that I would say very few, like, say 2 or 3 months, let's say you will have the possibility. But I cannot commit. I'm not a local banks.
I'm sure it depends regarding to the project.
Exactly.
Well, we can find more information about the project of the WBIF.
Sure. So basically, there is WBIF EU.eu website.
Okay.
So there is a section on private sector. We're working a lot on raising, let's say, visibility on what we are doing. And you have private sector and you have all the programs that we are covering in Serbia. So basically, if you go to our website, WBIF.eu, you will find all the programs that we are launching, and you can have a bit the lists and the flavor, so you can know maybe if your company might be eligible. We're also physically present upstairs, so you can meet us. I mean, it will be a pleasure also to meet you, to discuss with you, if you have any question.
So is there any deadline to applying, or we have time to think about our project?
I would say that, let's say, when we start project, it's the right time. But even on ongoing project, if there are still funds and if they are still implemented, you can apply to the program. So this is possible.
Thank you very much for this conversation. It was a great pleasure having you here. Poštovani posetioci, sa mnom je bio Lazar Amokat iz Investicionog okvira za Zapadni Balkan, ili na engleskom da kažemo i WBIF. Više informacija, kao što ste i čuli, možete pronaći na spratu iznad nas, na njihovom info pointu. Sigurno sam da ima dosta stvari koje biste mogli da pitate. To naravno važi i za naše sve online posetioce. Thank you once again for having you here. Hvala vama.